What is up, YouTube? Hellspawn here with your Christmas Day special edition of Hellspawn Collectible Reviews. As you can see, one of my Christmas presents that I received from my loving parents is the Hot Toys War Machine from Iron Man 2. My mom and dad are awesome. That's all I can say. They got me much more than just the Hot Toys Iron Man War Machine 2, which you will see more of coming soon. I got a couple busts, Transformer busts, Hellboy busts, couple art books, Kit Fisto Sideshow 1/6 scale figure, a couple other things. So pretty cool stuff. Way to go, Mom and Dad. 25 years old and they're still supporting my inner child. That's pretty cool. So, but as soon as I opened this thing and I saw it, I was like, I know exactly what my Christmas special is going to be. First thing, woke up this morning, had Christmas with the wife, and then we jumped in the car, drove over to the parents, had Christmas with the parents, and then every Christmas what me and my wife do is we have a dinner for all of our friends that don't have family in town, or they have family members that are working, and for whatever reason they don't have anyone to spend Christmas with. Me and my wife, we buy, a turkey and potatoes and ham, and we cook a big dinner, and we have basically Christmas dinner for everyone that doesn't have someone to be with. This whole concept started with my buddy Chuck, who, unfortunately lost his mother. God rest her soul. And, we felt really bad that he had to spend Christmas alone. And we wanted to be there for him. Chuck has since grown to be one of my best friends, if not my best friend. I love him more like a brother than a friend. And he's been an absolutely amazing person, and he's probably one of the best people that I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. It's really hard to describe in words the quality and the caliber of human being that my friend Chuck is. And hopefully you guys will have the pleasure or the privilege to meet someone and have a friend in your life like him. So Chuck, if you're watching this, which I know you do, wipe your tears away, and don't be a sissy. All right, no girls allowed. Just kidding. Anyhow, on to the review. Hot Toys War Machine 2. What can I say? Absolutely stinking amazing. Don't get me wrong. I've made comments in the past that Hot Toys is starting to get a little old, and I stand by that statement, because when you start putting out figures like the Expendables and things like that, come on. Really? There are so many other licenses out there that you guys could chase to make epic figures, other than things like Platoon and the Expendables. I know there's a small group of people out there that would, that are doing cartwheels because of this, but the majority of people don't want to see things of that nature. They want to see War Machines, they want to see Predators, they want to see Terminators, they want to see all, really iconic movie figures. And as P2 announced, and a couple other people have announced, they've got some really cool stuff coming up. Michael Keaton Batman, Metal Gear Solid, yes, Hot Toys, Metal Gear Solid. It was in their teaser pamphlet that P2 posted. And a couple other things. And my buddy Chuck also told me that when he was reading the Hot Toys newsletter, at the very end of the new Hot Toys newsletter, the final words of the newsletter were, "May the Force be with you." So, you guys can say what you want and think what you want, but it sounds to me like Hot Toys is going to have some Star Wars business going on soon, because why else would they end their newsletter with "The Force be with you"? Now, this is what he told me. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but he's usually pretty, on spec with this kind of stuff. But anyways, they always do incredible work. Whatever it is they do, their work is amazing. It's just, come on, Spider-Man, stuff like that. It's been done. We've seen it. We bring on the good stuff. And this, my friends, is the good stuff. The figure is absolutely amazing. It looks like somebody reached into the screen, grabbed a hold of War Machine, pulled him out, and set him down on the desk in front of you. There's nothing really bad to be said about the way this figure looks. The first thing I noticed, though, is he's really light. He is there's not really much weight to him at all. And, I don't know if you can hear that, but he's kind of, he feels hollow, which Makes sense. I mean, it's more not really a dig. It's more just an observation. I mean, the figure is still amazing. You know, I'll give you guys some detail up close look at him. But I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, back to what I said about the Berserker Predator in the last review. The quality seems a lot better. They're really thick. The body doesn't seem hollow. It's nice and heavy. It just feels like you got something, you know, cool. You know, you got something with some mass to it. You know, I mean, everybody has probably seen these guys right here, the Kotobukiya stuff. You know, the way that they have this plastic, this vinyl that is it's not hollow. It's solid. I mean, even something like this material, this type of application could have been used in the War Machine. But regardless, it's fantastic. It's fabulous. I've taken it out of the box. I've looked at all the attachments. The most recognizable thing this comes with is, which is pretty cool. The Gatling gun comes separate with the belt, which obviously you have to put on. I can actually show it to you. So I mean, you can see the Gatling gun right there with the belt, and then there's the back detail right there for you. So it's really freaking detailed. It's amazing looking. But you know, the belt plugs in right there, and then it plugs into that side of the Gatling gun, and then the Gatling gun actually clips right there into this little bracket, which moves from side to side so that it can be posed on the figure. And the actual Gatling gun itself, for some reason, doesn't turn unless it's just stuck. Oh, yep, there it goes. It's just stuck. It's really tight, and the back part turns too. So if you guys get this, there's two different holes. There's a slot here, and there's a on this side, right? I don't know if you can see it. Where is it? Right there, and then the slot where the belt actually plugs into. This back part actually rotates as well, right there. So if it doesn't line up right, if it's not on the right side, just spin the back of the gun around and it'll put the right side where the belt goes into. But really cool. I mean, just big, beefy back armor. Sounds like something Thew would say from his Transformers reviews. Big, beefy back armor. Kind of like my pink packing peanuts that I got in my Ultimate Iron Man shipper box. But I mean, I have no complaints. I mean, it looks amazing. It comes with a bunch of different accessories. The machine guns here that you can see, these are the ones that go on his gauntlets, which are pretty cool. You'll see in the bottom there's two holes, and if you take the gauntlet and you look at it right here, these two little tabs flip down. So if you flip that one down and flip that one down, those two little holes in the top of the gun plug into the little tabs right here on the inside. So if you give me 2 seconds, I'm going to try and do this on camera. God only knows what you guys can actually see. But yeah, you go ahead and plug it into the holes there, and then the whole thing just rotates on those two little clips up onto the back of his arm. So now the machine gun is attached to his arm right there. There's two of them, obviously. I left one off. I had already put it together and checked it out and everything like that. But I took one off for the review so that you guys could see. He also comes with a stand, obviously, War Machine Iron Man 2. He comes with that little rocket that Hammer Industries makes that goes in this little launcher on his shoulder. It's so small I didn't want to lose it. I actually left it inside the box. And it comes with four if you include the ones that are actually on the figure, sets of hands. The ones on there now are fists, and they don't have the light-up feature. All the other hands do have the light-up feature. They have two semi-open palms. So there's one right there, semi-open palm, with the light lens on it. And then there's two... that's not the one I'm looking for. Where is it? Is this it? Yep. Then there's two totally open palms right there. This is pretty cool. And then this is the cat's ass right here. There's these hands right here. I know it's kind of hard to see because of the glare. There we go. These hands right here, they're actually articulated. All the joints on the fingers are totally articulated. See? So you can, I mean, down to even if you put all these in the right way, and then you raise the correct finger, I mean, you can totally pose this thing any way that you want. So sorry for all the children and moms out there, but pretty cool stuff. Before I go any further, this party that we always do also includes drinking. So I'm actually 2.5 bottles of wine into this review. So if I seem a little euphoric, please excuse me. The head that comes on him originally has the light up eyes. There's an alternate head with Don Cheadle's portrait. You can see right there. The chin is jointed on there, so the chin does move. And it comes with a separate face mask. So if you have the face, or the other helmet, it actually will, it's got magnets in it, it'll snap into place. Right there. So yeah, the magnet snaps into place, and then you fold up the chin, and it looks just like the other War Machine head. You fold down the chin, mask comes right off. As you can see. You can also fold this up onto the top of his head. Oops. And the magnet will hold it in place right there as well, so that you can have the War Machine mask on top of John Cheadle's portrait. So, this version does not light up, however. Only the other version without the portrait. The other cool part is, if you can see in there, it's all like, they did a really good job detailing the inside of the mask to make it look movie accurate, even on the inside. So it's definitely got that Hot Toys fit and finish. Okay, so those are the good things. Now for the bad things. These are the only, they're not super big points, but they're definitely something that should be looked at and addressed. Now, seeing as how this is a suit of armor and all the articulation points and stuff, since there's not an actual figure body underneath, the articulation is understandable. There's not, there's a ton of articulation to it, but some of the key points of articulation aren't there. Like, the arms will rotate up and forward and back, and the arms will spin, but there's no rotation on the actual, like, wrists, on the forearms. So, like, there's only so much motion you can get in the actual arm here without being able to pose this forearm correctly, because you can't put the arm straight out and rotate it sideways, because you're not rotating it at the elbow or the forearm, you're rotating it only at the shoulder. So it's limited. I actually had a point where I tried to, pose the arm to the point where the shoulder actually popped out of the socket. So the ball joint just popped right out. You can pop it right back in, but it just shows you that the rotation and the range of movement is slightly limited in the shoulders. Try and give you a quick little idea of what I'm talking about. In the movie, he puts his arms up, but you can't pose the bicep forward. Now, if you turn the arm sideways, you can pose the bicep forward, but now you can't rotate the wrist to turn his arm sideways like that, because the only place it rotates is up here at the ball joint of the shoulder. See, you can rotate it on the shoulder, but you can't rotate it up here at the forearm. So the only way you can pose that arm out with the gun out correctly is if you bring the arm straight out like that, and you kind of just bend it at the elbow, which kind of gives him that weird, like, right hook, like, kind of cocked look to his arm. Which, in and of itself, no big deal. There's plenty of other poses you can do, but it is slightly limited. The head's got decent range of movement on it. The waist turns, and as you can see right in here, all these little armor plates are separate. So the body does, have a decent, range of movement at the waist. Excuse me. Legs have a lot of movement too. Again, one of the only things is obviously, since it's a suit of armor, your range is limited to the directions that you can bend. The hips are on ball joints. The only problem is these big chunky thigh pieces hit right in here on the end of this, like, cod piece that he has here. So you can only move the legs so far forward before this piece of plastic gets lodged underneath this cod piece and won't move. You can go over it and get a little bit more range of motion, but then it kind of cocks the leg out to the side when you do that. So definitely not the most, and I don't have any of the other Iron Man pieces, so, I can't really, give you a good comparison, but maybe they're the same. Maybe people that already have these pieces, already have a good idea of what the range of motion is. So, but I didn't. It was a bit of a, an eye-opener for me. Wrists are on ball joints. Elbows, they do rotate forward and backward, but that's about the extent of it. Ball joints on the shoulders, and the arms do have range of movement this way. But then again, like I said, if you want to rotate it forward, you have to turn the whole bicep and then move it forward. And that little machine gun just fell out. Those don't stay very well either. I'll put that back on later. The shoulder pads are independent, so those do move around. Waist turns, ball joints on the hips. Knees have the, the bending there, and at the bottom of the knee as well. So they're double jointed knees here and here. And then the feet are pretty cool too, because if you look up close at the feet, the toes move right there. And then also these armor plates up in here, they also, as you can see, right there, they move to, adapt to whichever direction the ball jointed feet work. And you can actually see even the armor plates up in here move as well, to accommodate that range of movement. So all in all, I mean, articulation, I give it like a 7 out of 10. It does have a lot of articulation to it, but there's also a lot of articulation that, could be desired for certain iconic poses in the movie. There's also some other cool features, like back here on the back of his legs, you'll see these little vents, or these little flaps. There's actually, if you look very closely, you can see those little hinges right there? I see. Those little hinges on the inside actually fold in and out right there, but you can kind of see up underneath there all the detail that goes into these guys. So pretty cool stuff. And then up here on his shoulders, these are a little hard to get to, but if you kind of pull these little pauldrons down on his shoulders, and if you can get your fingernail up underneath there and kind of lift up on it, I'm going to swing this Gatling gun out of the way, but pull, damn it, this is hard to show, pull down, kind of get your fingernail up underneath here, and you kind of got to you got to get the back at the top of the shoulder and the front at the same time. If you don't get them both at the same time, it's really hard to get these things out of here because of the way they're hinged. Alright, there we go. Okay. Like I said, if you get in there, come on. If you can get it, to kind of get started right there, then you can kind of work it out here. But this whole thing kind of flips up right there. And then if you flip it to the side, it's one of the rocket pods right there, which actually will, has a lot of range of movement on it as well. And then that folds down. You got to tuck the front of it in first so it goes into that clip, and then tuck the back end of it down. Like I said, it's hard to show, so if you can't see everything, I'm sorry. And then on the other shoulder, obviously everybody remembers that moment in the movie where that little launcher spools up and it comes out of his shoulder right there, and it fires the dud rocket that Hammer Industries put together. So yeah, that's pretty much about everything. The front of the figure looks really good. The back of the figure has a little bit more to be desired. Maybe this is what the actual suit looked like, but you can kind of see there, like back here on the back of the thighs and up here on the butt and the back and everything like that. It's kind of smooth. It's like, it's like, hey, look, detail, 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 detail. Oh, where'd the detail go? Where'd it go? I'm still looking for it. Oh, there we go. There's all the detail again. So, like I said, the suit in the movie may have been just like that, but it's a little bit disconcerting on the figure because it's almost like a blank spot, like when you're reading a book, if the words just disappeared. So yeah, like I said, articulation, not a huge gripe, lots of cool stuff, but does have a little bit to be desired. Last thing that's my pet peeve, and I'm actually going to swap the hands out for this real quick, because I do have to have those in to be able to show you what I'm talking about. I'll put an articulated hand on there. Okay. This guy, obviously, everybody knows, lights up. Here's some of my only qualms with the light up features. First of all, the light up features for the hands, as you can see, the hands are right there. That's the little lens right there on the hand that lights up. The light up features are underneath these guns. So if you flip that gun down, the little switch is right in here. And I'll flip that switch, and as you can see, no light. It lit up for a second when I first pulled the little plastic tab out, and now it doesn't light up anymore. So what the hell's going on? You know, you pay $200 for a figure, you expect the light up feature to work. I'm going to have to do a little more exploration with the batteries and whatnot to see what's going on with that. Hopefully I can fix it. I don't turn the light up features on enough to really care that much, but it's the principle of it. The second hand, though, you turn the little switch on. Switch is right there. You turn it on, and as you can see, the second hand works perfectly with no trouble whatsoever. So, left hand, good to go. Right hand, not so much. The switches are a little tricky to get to. You actually have to fold the machine guns down to even get to them, and the switches are really small. Those aren't too bad. They're actually pretty easy to get to once you flip those little things out of the way. Now I'm going to remove this ammo belt just to show you a better view for the camera. It's easily accessible even with the ammo belt on, but just for the camera's sake. Right back here, you'll notice right underneath this Gatling gun, that little switch right there. If you flick that switch on, as you can see in the background, the light already, the chest RT is burning bright. So pretty cool there. Really bright chest RT. And that one's very easy to get to. Now, here's the proverbial icing on the cake. For the eyes, because the eyes do light up red. The head is on a ball joint. If you just grab a hold of it and pop it off, you'll see the ball joint right there, and that little lens on the top of the ball joint is where that red light comes for the eyes. Now, right here, can you see it? It's really hard to see. Right on the back of his neck, see it right there, that little black switch? That's the switch for the eyes. The battery housing is right underneath the switch down here, which is almost impossible to get to behind this little neck collar. So if you pull the head off and turn the switch on, look at that. Nothing happens. You know, it's a little... You know, you turn the switch back on again. Maybe it's just low batteries. You can see the light kind of comes on there, not so much. I found that if you wiggle it, the more you wiggle it, it kind of like turns on, turns off, it flickers. So I don't know if there's a bad connection in there. I don't know what's going on, but you know, you spend that much money on a damn figure and you expect the freaking light up feature on his eyes to work. Like I said, if you kind of like wiggle it around, like turn it off and turn it on again. Come on. Right there. Come on. Do it. Yeah, see how it kind of like... I don't know. I don't get it. Again, that's going to have to be one that I, you know, have to pull apart and see if I can fix it or something like that. But as you can see, the light features on this thing are crap. So, you know, the figure's really cool. The articulation so-so, the detail, the paint, everything is absolutely freaking amazing. But the biggest pet peeve that I have with that entire thing is the light up feature is absolutely wonky shit. But at the same time, you know, hopefully I can fix it. Maybe it's just the batteries need to be reseated or something like that. I do not know for sure, but hopefully it'll all work out. Anyways, you know, if you guys can find this guy for a good deal, I recommend getting him. If you're an Iron Man 2 fan, absolutely 100% grab this guy because you'll absolutely fall in love with him. He's an amazing figure. If you have the dispensable cash or you're that big of a fan, go for it. Or if you find it for a good enough deal that you can't pass it up, abso-freaking-lutely, go ahead and pick that up. But if you're one of those things where you're kind of on the fence about it, and you're not really a huge fan, and you're kind of meh, you're just like a Hot Toys guru, so it's like, okay, I kind of want to get this guy, but, you know, I don't know. Maybe save your money for something else that you know, your heart can't live without. Me, I love War Machine, I love Iron Man, I love the movies, I think he's absolutely awesome and amazing, and I really wanted him, and I figured if I could score him for Christmas, that would be great. And I did. Last but not least, I'll give you a quick look at the box. You know, you can see on the back there, you know, it's got War Machine's not portrait, but you know, profile and all that kind of stuff back there. And then on the front, it's got a nice chromed image of War Machine, like from the Iron Man 2 poster. And when you unfold it, when you take the sleeve out, it's just the original, you know, cardboard container with the window on it that you can see everything. So pretty cool. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, let me know. Again, go to my Hellspawn Collectibles Facebook page for high resolution photos. There's not too much up right now. I gotta, download them and put them on the page. I've been busy with Christmas and stuff like that, but they should be up soon. So good place to network, good place to meet new people, good place to stay in touch with me if you so desire. And we got a bunch of photos and all that kind of stuff that will be going up soon too. So definitely look me up. Just go to Facebook, www.facebook.com, Hellspawn Collectibles, type it in the search, and you'll see a picture of me with my Celtic mask that my wife got me a few years ago. Just to give you guys a quick idea, I mean, Christmas was great this year. My mom and dad got me the War Machine figure, the Sideshow figure, like I told you, the Kit Fisto, a couple busts, Transformers bust. The wife got me another Hard Hero Transformers bust, Hellboy bust for my parents. Chuck, my buddy Chuck got me the Odin, the Bowen Designs, Bowen Studios Odin, full-size painted statue. He got me all three of the Halo Play Arts, the Square Enix Play Arts Halo Kai figures. There's going to be 6 total, but he got me the 3 that are released now. Noble 6, June, and Emil. Also, I got a whole bunch of little mini mugs, titanium Star Wars vehicles, a couple things from NECA. I got a new Gundam to show you. And he also hooked my wife up with a bunch of stuff too. So my wife has he got her the Medicom R2D2, which I'll do a review on. Just a whole slew of stuff that I need to throw up on eBay for you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you sat through the 26, 27 minutes or whatever that this thing is and enjoyed every minute of it. And if you guys want more, just go ahead and click that subscribe button and I'll keep bringing stuff to you. So hopefully you guys had a good Christmas. Post down in the comments what you guys got. We always like to hear what other collectors are acquiring and getting and stuff like that. So if you got some cool stuff for Christmas, post it in the comments down below. Share with us. Go to the Facebook page, post it on the wall, let everybody know what you got, and post some pictures too so we can all check out the things that you scored as well. So December 25th, almost December 26th, here in the Sunshine State of Florida. It's a balmy 70 degrees today on Christmas Day. We much would have rather preferred colder weather, but we'll take the hot stuff too. We're used to it. So bringing you a Christmas Day review of one of my Christmas gifts. Hopefully you and your family had a very merry as well. And for those of you that don't have family or friends or anything like that, you got me and you got everybody else on YouTube wishing you a Merry Christmas and letting you know that there are people out there thinking about you. So you guys have a good one. Appreciate everybody out there that subscribed and got me to get hooked up with that YouTube partnership. And you guys keep up the good works. Click on the ads, support. All the ads that you click gets me credits and funds to be able to buy new stuff and give you more reviews. So you guys keep on collecting, collect everything, and let us know what it is. We'll talk to you later.